Killer dies in struggle with look-alike cop. Fugitives rescue mother and child from serial killer. The media is hailing these people as heroes. 3 alleged felons that you held downstairs were somehow freed by a 15-year-old girl.
Behind me, you can see the 3 escapees being brought up from their cells. We still have no word on what charges will be filed against them.
3 escaped convicts, one of them a rogue cop, apprehending a serial murderer is a public relations nightmare. I'm being asked if I condone vigilante justice. There are questions as to why the PCPD couldn't tell the difference between one of its own and another human being.
Sorry, can you just, I think we need to see this. I didn't mean to interrupt, but...
Guys, what's going to happen to you? Will you be punished for breaking out of jail to rescue the victim and her son? Guys, I gotta get
Well,
back up.
that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? She's gonna plead with you to release Lucy Coe after the woman impaled Detective McBain and held you at gunpoint?
Lucy is the first one who let us all know that Stephen Clay was as dangerous as he was. Detective McBain was falsely accused of Stephen Clay's crimes. He risked his badge and his life to save me and my son. My son...
So, you let 3 people escape. And now, in your very own squad room, a widowed mother gives a press conference about how those same fugitives saved her life along with her son's. If we press charges, we're going to look like heartless monsters.
And if we don't, what are we saying to the citizens of Port Charles? That we condone vigilante justice? That everyone should just take the law into their own hands?
D.A. Martinez, I don't like this any more than you do. But McBain rescued a young mother from a serial killer who thought he was a vampire. If it weren't for the detective and his accomplices, Sam Morgan and her son would be dead. Now, how exactly would you want me to spin that?
I have a solution. McBain and Kovich, they were arrested and wrongly accused on my watch, and they escaped along with Lucy Coe. And I have absolutely no excuses for what happened. Which leaves me with one course of action. Here's my badge, along with my letter of resignation. I take full responsibility for all the mistakes that were made here. I didn't live up to the standards expected of me in this department, and I do not want any excuses made on my... What are you doing?
No, I don't accept this.
Come on.
I handpicked you for this position, which is why I can't accept your resignation. Any assumption of failure on your part is a direct reflection of me.
With all due respect, Commissioner Devane's job status is beside the point. 3 prisoners escaped from custody, including a detective who should have known better. We have to press charges against them. I understand your concern for your constituents, Madam Mayor. I do. But it is our job. It's our duty to uphold the law. We cannot condone 3 prisoners escaping because they thought the charges against them were unfair.
If we prosecute Detective McBain and his accomplices, there will be a public backlash against all 3 of us. But if we don't, we're tacitly condoning lawlessness and vigilantism.
So what are you gonna do?
May I remind you that my clients voluntarily surrendered. They saved a mother and child, and they've been incarcerated for 12 hours longer than
Have charges been filed?
Will the 3 heroes face jail?
This area hasn't been cleared for press, which means all of you...
I have an announcement to make. Can I have the 3 prisoners join me, please?
What's going on? No idea, buddy.
Are the cameras rolling?
They are.
Wonderful. Because I know the public is anxious to hear the fate of Lucy Coe, Rafe Kovich, and Detective John McBain.
The mayor's making an announcement. And Rafe's standing right by her.
The media has reported that these 3 people escaped from custody to rescue Samantha Morgan and her son, and in the process, tried to stop a killer who is wreaking havoc on our community. But what the media did not know is that Commissioner Devane and her department were working in tandem with Miss Coe, Mr. Kovich, and Detective McBain.
What is she talking about?
It was a very unconventional and risky move on Commissioner Devane's part. But sometimes, unconventional methods prove necessary, especially when trying to catch a serial killer as delusional and as dangerous as Stephen Clay was.
But that's not how it happened. John said I had to help him and Rafe escape so they could save Sam and Danny.
In light of these extraordinary circumstances, and due to the heroism of these three brave people, the district attorney has agreed to not press charges.
Yes! Oh my God, yes!
Ms. Coe?
Can you believe it? Rafe's not going to prison! It's great.
The city of Port Charles thanks you. You are free to go.
All right, make way.
The district attorney and I will answer all of your questions in the conference room. The sooner the commissioner and her people can get the paperwork processed, the sooner these three fine people can get home. So everyone, please follow. Where is the city?
Do me a favor. Yeah. Don't arrest anyone unless you actually intend for me to prosecute.
Found a way to make herself look good.
Oh, she is very pleased with herself. Anticipating a spike in her approval ratings, I'm sure.
You don't seem comfortable with it.
I just have an aversion to spin control. But they're right. The department should have known the difference between a deranged killer and one of their own. I should have known the difference. I'm sorry.
Forget about it. You owe me beer. I still have a hard time believing it myself.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Listen, I am so beyond happy about being released. I mean, we're all free and we caught a killer and everything is right in the world.
Yeah.
But there's just a few teensy-weensy little things that I think we should address.
What?
Well, think about it. We have this Stephen Clay, right? Well, who's not Caleb, I guess, but just a guy who was in a mental institution, deranged. He thought he was a vampire, but we're not really sure. And here's the thing that's really got me, him. He's still... John McBain, you look like Caleb. And why does Sam look like Libby? Tell me that.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it's a very good question, but, don't you think we should just be thankful that the man is dead and gone and all's right with the world and you guys are...
Well, wait. Where is Caleb?
Well, Stephen Clay is in the morgue.
No. Wait. Do you know that for absolutely certain?
He's not a vampire, Lucy. Oh, God. I mean, you saw for yourself. Fake fangs.
Okay, but I need to see his body.
Commissioner,
Yes.
how can I help you?
This is Miss Coe, and she just wants to check that Mr. Clay is dead because she believes he's
So I've heard. But I can guarantee you that this man is deceased.
Please, I need to see his body. Okay then. Caleb really is dead. The ring. Where is his ring? Caleb always wore a ring on the third finger of his right hand. It was gold, and he had a ring with a bat. It had a crest, and I know it because he had it on him when he was killed. I tried to take it off, but it wouldn't budge. I couldn't get it off.
the ring?
I don't know what you're talking about. I never saw a ring, Commissioner.
Okay.
Is it in evidence? Did you take it off in evidence?
No ring. Actually, no jewelry of any kind was taken from this person.
Where? Where could it be?
We don't know. Lucy, somebody must have taken it off his finger.
It's not possible because I tried to take that ring off, but I couldn't pull it off.
So you said, yes. But I guess someone that's been in contact with the body, perhaps the coroner or his assistant or a clerk, something like that. Somebody obviously managed to get it off his finger.
Not unless they cut it off.
Okay, perhaps that's exactly what they did because thieves are very resourceful these days. Did you say that it was gold? Is that what it was, gold?
Yeah.
Okay, right. So what I'll do is I'll put a report in that the ring is missing and we'll get to the bottom of this. Are you okay now? We've seen that this is not a vampire because obviously there aren't vampires, but are you okay with the body now? We good?
Okay. Yes. Caleb is really dead. But that's not even Caleb. It was just a story he told. He was Stephen Clay, and he was just a man.
Right. Good. Okay. Then should we get out of here? Okay. I'll look into the ring thing, all right? Come on. Busy?
Do you have the recipe to pick a Lila or not?
I assure you, I am on the case. In fact, I've compiled a list of possible local facilities that AJ might have employed to reverse engineer the recipe from the remaining jar. But since business hours have concluded, I am picking up my girlfriend.
I'm paying for results. Oh, would you rather not be paid at all?
I will redouble my efforts.
I thought so.
Never fear, the condiment will soon be yours. No matter who stands in my way.
Get that recipe. Pick a Lila is the answer to ELQ's future.
What is that about ELQ?
Lucy, what are you doing here?
Wait a minute. Just
Call the police!
Oh, brother. Hey, did you forget? I live here, remember?
No, actually, you live behind bars, vampire slayer. Did you escape again?
Oh, dear, you didn't hear, did you? Guess what? At long last, I have been absolved, exonerated, vindicated. I am free to resume my life. I get to rebuild my career and resurrect my image. But first, I really just want to rejuvenate my body. So I'm going to take a nice, relaxing bath upstairs. But I tell you what, why don't you break out the wine and cheese and crackers, and I'll be back down in a jiffy. And then I'll be all spick and span and ready to take up the mantle of co-CEO of ELQ.
Yeah, well, you can go straight to HELL, because the only thing you're taking up is space.
Listen, lady, since last I saw you, I broke out of Ferncliff. I went on the run. I saw the love of my life get plonked on the head by Heather Weber. Then I held a gun on Anna Devane. I got busted. I was in jail. I busted out of there. I went on the run again. Not to mention the fact that now I'm in the catacombs at Windermere, chasing this serial killer, doing battle. And then I broke every single nail on this hand. So listen to me. You are not about to cross paths with me, let alone try and cheat me out of my rightful place at ELQ.
Enough. I couldn't kick you out if I wanted to. We are both out.
The vision before me appears to be my lovely and intellectually superior girlfriend working away quite capably. But the last time I saw said girlfriend, you insisted that you were only coming to the lab to become reacclimated.
Well, don't worry. This isn't hospital business. I was presented with an outside project that's just too stimulating to pass up.
Okay, well, what is this mysterious project?
This?
AJ blackmailed me, took control of ELQ. If I'm out, you're out.
Oh, no. This is an outrage. AJ just can't throw us away like so much rubbish. What are you doing about this? What are you doing? You're not going to let that sorry excuse for a Quartermain walk all over you, are you?
I have the perfect plan to wrest control of ELQ back from AJ and squash him like the cockroach he is.
Oh, goody. Okay, time's a-wasting. What are you going to do? Let's do it. Chop.
Don't you worry. AJ and that kilted crony, Duke Lavery, will regret ever crossing me.
Whoa. Duke? Come on, he's so roguishly charming. He's got that smile and that yummy accent. You gotta be wrong. There's no way he would get involved with that weaselly AJ.
Duke and his accent are working for my worthless nephew. But don't worry, I am on to Duke now. And by the time I'm through with him, he will have learned the hard way. Mess with Tracy, get the horns.
Well, I certainly don't recognize the suit, but I do recognize the silhouette.
Anna!
Frisco.
Hello!
Oh, God. It just seems like yesterday you were my favorite rookie.
Nice to see you too, boss.
Yes. Oh, Frisco. It's really good to see you. How are you?
Good. Great.
Excellent. Very dapper. What, are you here for a hot date?
Well, that remains to be seen. I was so sorry to hear about Robin. She was such a bright light in all of our lives. I just think of that
6-year-old little girl that captured my heart. I'm sorry she's gone.
Thank you for saying that. I miss her every day.
Well, you have Duke in your life now?
Yes. Yeah. It's wonderful, I must say. It's really great to have him back. You know, sometimes I feel like I look at him and just for a second, I see Faison. It's horrible.
Understandable. Had to be a bit traumatic when you thought you finally had Duke back in your life and it was Faison impersonating Duke.
Yeah, that was rich. I wonder if maybe if our relationship is just always going to be tainted because of that. Do you know what I mean?
Anna.
No, I mean,
No, listen. I remember the two of you. You guys have great chemistry together. That kind of bond, nobody's going to come between the two of you.
Good to see you again. Just, I want you to meet Emma and find out what you're doing.
I'll call you.
Okay.
Duke?
Frisco? Should we sit?
Yeah? Great.
So glad you were able to join me for dinner this evening.
Oh, gosh, I wouldn't have missed it. You know, I'm very grateful for the escape. Day from hell.
Really? Didn't
Yes.
sound like that to me. Mother and child at home safe, and you took down a deranged killer. It sounds like a perfect coup for the PCPD.
Yes, that's how it seemed. But there's a bit more to it.
You've got to stop AJ's mad grab for power. Thank God you have a plan.
The answer is in the relish.
Wait! Relish?
With the recipe to pickle Lila, there would be no stopping me.
Hey, whoa there. Don't you mean us there, partner?
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, good. So, for a minute there, I thought we were utterly defeated, but no, we're all gonna be okay because we have a plan. Sure, the plan hinges on a condiment, but beggars can't be choosers. And boy, I am so tired of being a beggar. I gotta get out from under all of this. I have to free my assets, and I have to rebuild the nurse's ball back to its previous glory, and I've got to rescue Coco from the federal government. Then I'm gonna be queen of cosmetics again, and golden duck numero uno.
Yeah, you go, girl.
But none of this is gonna mean absolutely anything if I don't have Kevin.
I presided over a colossal fiasco. And I think that somebody should be held responsible for that, and it's me. And she should have taken my resignation.
What would that accomplish? You're a perfectly capable commissioner, Anna.
Thank you. But, you know, I mean, the worst part of the whole thing is that I allowed a deranged killer to trick me into believing that one of my best officers was... See, this is what I mean. I feel like I can't trust my own judgment.
You've been too hard on yourself.
But this is...
You're wonderful at what you do. You're a born leader. You hold a position that very few women hold. You're a role model for young women everywhere. You're a role model for Emma. That's why you have to carry on doing what you're doing. Am I being too officious?
No, not at all, no. No, I enjoyed the pep talk, thank you.
Well, if you need any more cheering up, I got this for you. Well, I bought it from my favorite police commissioner, so I'm glad you didn't resign, because I don't think it would suit Meg.
Wow. Oh, it's lovely.
I saw it in the window and I thought of you.
You don't have to buy me jewelry.
You don't like it?
No! Yeah, of course I do. I can't accept it. It's way too expensive.
I could afford it.
No, you can't. ELQ's assets are frozen. And whatever it is AJ's paying, you shouldn't be spending it on me.
Well, it's very kind of you to worry, but you don't have to. I'm living within my means.
Are you being careful?
It pays very well. So, I would like you to come work for me.
Yeah, you know, my accounts are flush and stable, and, well, you know the Quartermains. There's always some investment just waiting to be tapped.
This is your project, huh? What is it?
Well, apparently, this is what AJ Quartermain thinks will be the salvation of his family's company.
I don't understand, though. It's just...
Relish. Yeah, Well, pickled Lila to be exact. And apparently, AJ's grandmother created it back in the 80s when the Quartermains were broke. And it was so successful that it actually saved ELQ from bankruptcy.
An empty jar? I mean, how does AJ expect an empty jar to save you?
Well, it wasn't empty when he gave it to me. I used the last of the relish to perform all the tests.
Tests?
Yeah. I have been contracted to reverse engineer the relish and reconstruct the recipe.
He's going to need to extract the recipe, and when he does, Spinelli will be there to get it.
Have you met with any success?
Silence.
Well, that slug denied everything, and then he had the gall to call me paranoid.
I take it we're discussing Scott Baldwin?
I confronted him about sending that knockoff ice princess to Lulu. He yammered on about how innocent and harmless he is. I'm telling you, I can smell the lies on that creep like cheap cologne. Baldwin is up to something.
Thank you. May I?
How does it look?
There's no jewel in the world could ever do you justice. The reason I wanted you to have this, I've been focusing so much on the past, and much and all I love that we have a history. I want to have a future. I want to plan a future, and I want to start right now. New chapter, new page. Duke and Anna. You and me.
Well, I have to finish all the tests first, and only then can I begin the analysis. So I don't even know when I'll have a report for AJ.
Could you offer a hypothesis, like a rough draft of the recipe?
Why are you so interested?
I've always been interested in pickling.
Really? I never knew that. You know, I would love to share my findings with you.
You would?
Unfortunately, I am working on uncovering a secret recipe for a private client. So, as much as I care about you, the recipe isn't mine to share.
Gee, Scott didn't immediately confess? Shocking.
I should have known he wouldn't say anything with Laura there.
Oh, Laura was there. Now it makes sense.
What?
Why you would go after Scott without one iota of proof, knowing full well that he was going to deny everything and leave you twisting in the wind.
So have you got any more salt you want to rub in this wound?
You are physically incapable of thinking clearly when you are around Laura. You know why? Because you care too damn much about her.
Oh, that's fine then. The rest is for you. Thank you.
I'm afraid this money is no good here.
Oh, did Carly compound me? That's very
Not
kind of her.
your money, this money. It is customary to check the authenticity of large bills.
Of course.
These are counterfeit.
Let's talk pickle Lila. How soon will you have the relish?
I have people working on getting the recipe for me. In the meantime, I have a plan in place to get even with my recent burglar.
Who?
I didn't tell you? I was robbed by your favorite kilted Celt.
Lavery robbed you?
Yes, he took advantage of my good nature and filched the last remaining morsel of pickle Lila. But he will pay.
What are you cooking up, Trace?
Cooking up? Not a thing. This revenge has already been served. I have set him up to take a fall.
Oh, I like the sound of that. So don't keep me in suspense. What did you do to Duke?
I'm afraid this money is no good here.
Oh, did Carly comp the meal? That's
Not
kind of
your money, this money. It is customary to check the authenticity of large bills. These are counterfeit.
What?
Oh, there must be some mistake.
Do you have something that you need to tell me?
Saw that, didn't you?
So what?
Anna, kissing another man.
Oh, that.
Yeah, that. She's cheating on Luke.
Now let's just not jump to conclusions, huh?
Well, what other explanation could there be? Unless
Unless what?
Anna's not with Luke at all.
Oh, come on, Laura. Of course they're still together.
What makes you so sure?
I'll give you a minute to figure this out.
What? No. No, you don't think seriously that I would be passing counterfeit
Suit
bills?
and everything, this whole thing, and the wine. My necklace.
Anna, do you honestly believe that I would set up our first real date in 20 years and use forged bills to pay for everything? What sense does that make?
It doesn't make any sense. God. Except for the fact that when I asked you how you could pay for all of this, you dodged the question.
No, I did a private transaction with the Quartermains, and I didn't feel it was appropriate for me to disclose the details.
Wait, you said that the Quartermain tap. Was that a lie?
No, it was not a lie. Perhaps it was an embellishment.
Seriously? Have you gone back to your old way of doing business?
No, I have not, and don't even say that.
Then you just tell me how did you get this money?
I swear on my life, this money came from the Quartermains.
Their assets have been frozen.
ELQ's assets have been frozen. This money came from Tracy Quartermain.
Gave Lavery funny money?
I did indeed.
What, you just have wads of it laying around?
Yes, loads. I keep all my phony money in my phony vault. And what the hell is the matter with you? You don't like Duke. I just did something bad to Duke.
Hey, don't get me wrong. I think it's great you put one over on Rob Roy.
But
you've got the SEC breathing down your neck. You want the FBI involved too?
I'm not the one passing counterfeit money. Duke Lavery is. And by the way, this is not his first felony. This isn't even his first felony this week.
You lost me.
Ah! Do you ever listen to me? I told you he stole my relish.
Tracy, have you ever heard of proportional response?
I think I showed extraordinary restraint. The man robbed me of my family legacy.
It's a condiment. Granted, a very rare and precious condiment which may have the key to your family's fortune, but it's sandwich topping.
Do you know how he did it? By breaking into this house.
That is standard operations for burglars.
And pretending to pump me for information about your relationship with Anna.
I don't have a relationship with Anna. It's through.
I know that. And Duke certainly knows that. In fact, I don't think there is a person in Port Charles who doesn't know that you and Anna are through.
I'm only going on what you told me. Maybe Luke and Anna aren't together, but you did say you saw them kissing on the docks.
Yes, I did see them, and they were certainly acting like a couple. And Lulu told me that Luke was seeing Anna.
And that's that.
No, it's not that. It's much worse than that. Anna is cheating on Luke.
This may sound a little cold. So what? It's none of our business, Laura. If Anna is stepping out on Luke, it's up to her to fess up.
Well, she must not feel very guilty about it if she's seeing Duke right in front of everyone. She's making a fool out of Luke.
Well, I got a news flash for you. Luke is a fool. Okay, what are you saying here?
I have to tell him the truth. I do.
Tracy gave you this counterfeit money.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I thought you said you worked for AJ over here.
I do work for AJ, but AJ and Tracy are in this dispute over relish, and the dispute was escalating, and I decided...
Did you just say relish?
Yeah, AJ and Tracy, well, it was getting out of hand, so I just...
It's relish.
Pickles, Anna. It was getting rather Byzantine, so I decided, on AJ's behalf, to do some opposition research.
It's corporate espionage.
All right. So while I was doing my research, there was an opportunity, which I decided to... An opportunity to convince Tracy that I was in her camp.
Okay.
I went into the Quartermain den, and Tracy caught me there.
That's breaking and entering right there. It's breaking and entering.
I decided to use this opportunity to my advantage.
Oh. What? You tried to put one over on Tracy Quartermain?
Yes, I did. But Tracy put one over on me.
What made you think giving Lavery a suitcase full of phony cash was a good idea?
Better question. Why do you care what happens to Duke Lavery?
I don't care about him, baby. I care about you.
Oh, well, I'm fine. Soon to be a lot better when my revenge is complete.
All right, let's think about this for a minute. Lavery wants nothing more than to get close to our fair police commissioner. Aren't you worried that he's going to tell Anna where he got that cash?
No, because then he's going to have to explain how he got a briefcase full of big bills. Everybody knows you don't get one of those for being nice.
What if he decides to come clean? Women love that.
Well, guess I'm just going to have to cross that bridge when I get to it. In the meantime, don't think for a minute I didn't notice you changed the subject. We were talking about you and Laura.
Wait, hold on a second, Laura. I don't think telling Luke is really a good idea.
Of course you don't, because you hate Luke.
No, I'm indifferent. If I hated him, then I would be happy for you to tell him that Anna's cheating on him.
I just think he has the right to know.
You know what? We have a wedding to plan. I think we should think about that. I mean, we don't want to get mixed up in all of Luke's sordid life, do we now? I mean, let him just handle his own business.
It's just that if Luke is seeing Anna, then I know that he cares about her. And he does not give his heart easily.
Yeah, I know. You would know that.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I'm stupid.
No, it's okay. You have a history together. You have kids together. I don't like it, but that's the way it is. But you know what? We have a history together, too. And we have a future. Mr. and Mrs. Scott Baldwin. Sequel?
I know. And I'm really glad about it.
Good, because this is our time. And I don't want to waste it. Listen, I'll tell you what I'll do. Since I'm a sport.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If you want to tell Luke, I will go with you and we can do it together. But I still think that we should just stay out of it.
Okay.
Okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm gonna go take a shower. Then we're gonna have dinner. Then we're gonna find an old movie to watch.
Sounds good.
Okay.
There is no me and Laura. There hasn't been for years.
And yet you managed to stop by her hotel room today.
Yeah, to warn her about Baldwin. She accepted his proposal. She has a right to know that he's working an angle.
Baldwin is irrelevant. Baldwin has always been irrelevant, especially if you want to be with Laura. Do you?
Laura! Damn it.
Is there a reason that we have to constantly revisit this tired, old topic?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe because as many times as you say it's over, she's never really gone. She's always in need of some kind of rescuing from Baldwin or the Cassidines or her own illness.
I won't apologize for wanting my ex-wife to be happy.
No matter who you have to step over to make that happen.
Tracy, you're my ex-wife too. I want you to be happy. You don't generally need to be rescued. But if you do, I'll be there. Just like you're always there for me.
Well, that's a really nice sentiment, but it certainly doesn't measure up to the greatest love of all.
Laura.
Oh, I heard you were in town.
Your maid was kind enough to let me in.
What are you doing here?
I was looking for you, Luke.
How'd you track him here?
He wasn't in his hotel room and he wasn't with, this was the next logical place.
Of course it was.
Well, what's so important you need to track me down?
There's something I need to tell you. It's about Anna and Duke.
So Tracy figured out what you were doing, and then she decided to get back at you.
Yes.
That's
Obviously, yes. This everything, this whole evening has been paid for with money that she gave me in a briefcase. Well, I apologize that this nightmare of a night has come to an end so soon. What do you find funny?
No, I don't know, everything. I mean, you apologizing for a nightmare of an evening, it's just all so...
It doesn't make much sense, does it?
No. Yes. Certainly not your usual smooth self, are you?
No. I've lost my finesse in certain areas. Yes, I will admit that, Anna. Well, I'm gonna go make it right.
You're going after Tracy?
Yes, I am.
Well, I can't miss this.
No, I'm gonna do this on my own.
No, you're not. Looks like you uncovered a counterfeiting ring, and what would the mayor think if I turned a blind eye to that? How would that look? Right?
All right. Come with me.
Commissioner.
Yes. Oh, thank you so much.
Commissioner?
Yes. Oh, God. Just a second. Sorry.
Come on. Come on, Laura, answer the damn phone.
What about Anna and Duke?
Gee, I don't quite know how to tell you this. Phone call.
Oh, please don't keep us in suspense. What about Anna and Duke?
What about us?
Are you kidding me? Is this a private residence or a fast food restaurant?
Laura, hello, Anna. We've never actually met.
Yes, Anna, I recognize you. People speak so highly of you.
Why is this meeting taking place in my living room? Alice? Alice! Oh, well, so much for that.
It's okay, please don't blame Alice. I flashed her my badge, she let me in.
Oh, good. Well, you'd think by now she'd ask for a warrant. Speaking of warrants,
I don't have one yet, but this is official business. I would like to ask you a few questions.
regarding...
This. You gave me counterfeit money.
Why would I give you any money at all?
Is this what you wanted to talk to me about?
No. Trafficking in counterfeit money, you know, is a serious offense.
Really? I did not know that.
Why don't we let them handle this?
Okay.
I want to press charges. You defrauded me.
Then I'm going to press charges. And if you're humiliated now, imagine how you're going to feel when Anna arrests you for breaking and entering and theft.
Oh, that's better. I can actually hear you now.
Yeah.
So, what did you want to tell me?
You know, I'm not so sure that I should be doing this.
Laura, why? You know you can tell me anything, right?
Yes, of course. Okay. Here goes. I was in the Metro Court.
What are you doing here?
I might ask you the same question.
Well, you see, I have friends here, upstairs and down. Oh, wait. How do I explain the concept of friends to this?
Please, let's not do this. I came here because I wanted to talk to Luke.
Let me just talk to you first.
I'm sorry, do you mind? For a minute?
No, I don't mind. No. I need to find Alice anyway and find out why she's letting all the riffraff in.
What are you doing?
I might ask you the same question. I thought that we decided that we weren't going to get involved in Spencer's business.
I just wasn't sure that that was the right thing to do.
No, but it's not up for you to decide, because we kind of decided that together, didn't we? I turn my back and you do the opposite. How do you think that makes me feel?
You're right. I'm really sorry.
No, you don't have to apologize. Just do me a favor. Forget about spilling the beans to Spencer. Come home with me now.
Tracy, what are you talking about exactly?
Mr. Lavery entered my house under false pretenses and stole my relish.
You know, when you say relish, is that like code for something, or is it like a condiment for sandwich?
Pickle Lila, my mother's recipe. It made ELQ millions and would do again if he hadn't walked off with it.
You know what? You are accusing each other of very serious crimes, which leaves me no other option than to arrest you. Both. Going around town handing out counterfeit bills, and you're breaking into her house with the intent to steal condiments. I have no option than to arrest both of you. Unless you mutually decide not to pursue either thing any further.
Well,
I've spent 20
can't
years in
afford
prison. I
anyone.
don't relish the thought of going back.
So, that's it? You're not gonna pursue charges? Is that what I'm good here with this?
Yes.
Yes? Yes? Great. My work here is done.
Well, then, see yourselves out.
It's always such a pleasure.
Ow!
I'll take that.
Why? Where's...
She left with Baldwin.
Really? Was he here too?
Just long enough to talk her out of whatever it was she came to tell me.
And you let that happen?
She makes her own choices, Tracy. No matter how bad they may be. Let it happen.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You hardly said anything on the drive.
I'm just hoping I did the right thing.
You did. You know, Spencer's life, it's, always been a big mess.
Yeah, it's pretty complicated. Yeah.
I just don't see where you have to pick up after him anymore.
No, I don't.
Good. It's you and me. Okay? We're gonna get married. We're just exactly where we belong. You know that, don't you?
Of course I do. I love you.
I love you too. You and me. Where you always should have been.
Well, at least let me buy you a drink. I have enough legitimate money in my pocket to pay for that.
No, I think we should call it a night.
It's very early, Anna.
Yeah, I gotta get up in the morning and I gotta return this and...
No, don't do that. I'll take care of it. Well, this is not the way I thought this night would end.
Maybe it's for the best.
I don't see how.
Probably before we get too far into it, then find that it's all a conflict of interest.
Conflict of interest?
I'm police commissioner. I can't be socializing with someone who habitually breaks the law.
Wow, you don't mean that.
I do. Your first impulse was to break into Tracy's home, which proves to me that you haven't really changed. You always like to be one step outside the law, and if I turn a blind eye, knowingly, then I'm going to lose my job. And more importantly, my self-respect.
There's more to this than that. What is it? What's going on? Is it Faison? Every time you look at me, you see his face? Is that it?
No.
Then what? What is it? Tell me something that I understand, because I don't understand. And don't hide behind your badge.
I'm sorry. I tried, you know, I don't want to go down this road.
Right. There appears to be nothing more to say.
Felicia, it's Mac. Call me when you get a chance. We need to talk about what's going on with you in Frisco. Hey, didn't see you come in.
Well, you don't have to apologize. If you're busy, go ahead. I'll.
Look, I've already taken care of it. So, you're here to drink or to dine?
Oh, I think probably dinner is in order.
All right. What can I get you? Ribs, chicken?
Both.
Okay.
And while you're at it, why don't you tell me what's going on with Felicia?
That was Mac, wasn't it?
How'd you know?
I don't know, years of training. Always studying people. Why didn't you take his call?
I'm a coward. I know I have to talk to him sooner or later, but I have no idea what I'm going to say to Mac about Frisco.
Hey.
Dad! Hey! What are you doing here?
I brought you a little surprise. Ta-da!
Pizza from Gagliano's?
Yeah, how about that, huh? Used to be my favorite. So happy when I saw the place was still in business.
Okay. You didn't just drive 5 miles out of your way to bring me this, so what's going on?
We alone?
Yes. Enough with the subterfuge. Why are you here?
I want to talk to you about your friend Spinelli.
Here you go, and I will text Mayor Lomax right away. Can't have a wedding without the officiant.
Or the maid of honor.
Well, that must be Lulu.
Luke.
Oh, nice bouquet.
Spencer, what the hell are you doing here?
Where's Lulu?
Lulu's still getting dressed. She wants to be picture perfect for her mother's big day.
It still doesn't explain what the hell you're doing here.
Hey, you don't need to be so pessimistic there, pal. Maybe he's just trying to wish the happy couple good wishes.
Lucy, I admire your optimism here, but the reason why Spencer is here is to cause trouble, because that's what he does.
You know, before I'm forced to exchange insults with this clown, may I just say what a pleasure it is to see you, Miss Cole.
Oh, you may.
Hi, Doc. And, I'm so sorry about your recent troubles.
Well, yes, I've had them, but they will pass. The SEC will get out of my hair about all my cosmetic stuff, and then I'm going to throw one heck of a nurse's ball, because I got that backup guy over there, too.
Oh. Did she rope you into witnessing these nuptials?
No, shush, no roping, no. Not roping, no.
Persuaded.
All right, enough of this. Spencer, do your catching up elsewhere. This is my wedding. You're not invited.
You know what? This is a courthouse, in case you didn't notice. This is a public building, which means I, as a member of the public, have a perfect right to be here. You would know that if your law degree wasn't as phony as your bridge work.
You know what? I'm going to throw you out of here.
Scotty, please
No, I am.
don't.
He's a fool, and I'm throwing him out.
No! Not until you tell me what you're doing here.
You know, Felicia and I have been doing this dance for the better part of 2 decades. And just when I think there's a future for us, Frisco descends from the heavens. Look, I don't want to talk about it. Okay? You don't have to. I know all the signs. It starts with Felicia lying. And I know she and Frisco went to dinner.
And she omitted to tell you that.
You know what? Hey, if Felicia wants to play these games, who am I to object, right? After all, I'm just the guy that raised her 2 daughters. You know, when you need to savor your meal, really focus on your food.
You know what? This looks very good.
I know he's up to something. I know it, and I can't do anything about it. Except sit here and wait for Felicia to call me back. Do you know how frustrating that is?
Why don't you tell me about it?
we're okay. I mean, of course, I understand that having Frisco in town has got to be difficult.
Yeah, you might say that. He told me he wants me back.
When did that happen?
The other night at the Metro Court. When I met him without telling Mac. The only reason why I met him is when I wanted to shut him down, to let him know that there was absolutely zero chance that we would ever get back together again.
Oh, God, that's not what happened, is it?
No. What happened was, we ended up taking a little trip down memory lane.
This is even better than I remember. I mean, since I've been pregnant, all my cravings have been really out of whack, like things I like, I hate, and vice versa, but this is really good.
How's that going, by the way, then? The pregnancy, everything okay?
Well, aside from my intense craving for pastrami sandwiches, I can't really complain. Is that why you wanted to talk to me about Spinelli, because of the baby?
I've been thinking, honey. Maybe it's not such a good idea that you pass the baby off as Dante and Lulu's.
Dad, you promised me you're going to keep this secret. You're not going to tell Dante and Lulu now, are you?
I'll tell you why he's here. Because he wants to convince you that you're making a big mistake here. This dumbbell doesn't realize that you want to make a commitment to me.
Hey, pal, you know, you're coming off a little bit defensive. That's not the light you want to be seen in by your bride to
Oh, for God's sake, you can marry whoever you want to marry, but I think we all know that you can do a lot better than this bozo.
Oh, Spencer, you're trying to rescue Laura from her own fiancé.
Yeah, but look, I'm not the guy who thinks sending a replica of the Ice Princess is an amusing party favor.
So wait, I'm not just the bad guy. All of a sudden, I'm not some sort of mastermind, some criminal.
No, I don't think you're a master anything.
Spencer, I came back here to see Laura, and you accused me of sending your daughter some reminder of your disco dancing days? You're living in the past, huh? Join us here in the future.
Gentlemen, why don't we just step back and take a breath? This isn't the time, and it definitely isn't the place.
Thank you, Kevin. I hate it when you two fight like this.
Well, come on, Spencer. Tell everybody why you're here. What's your cockamamie plan to stop this wedding?
Is that why you're here?
I'll just be honest with Felicia. Let her know that I know she went to dinner with Frisco and see how she feels about that.
Sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, it would be if I could get a hold of her. I mean, she's avoiding me, and every minute that goes by, I can't help but wonder what she's doing.
Don't do that. Don't get down that road. You know, it's a very short trip from jealousy to outright paranoia.
I can see them at dinner, right? Sitting across the table from each other. They're leaning in, gazing into each other's eyes, holding hands. Or maybe they just skipped dinner and went right to feeding each other chocolate-covered strawberries while laughing about what a sucker I am. Or maybe they just skipped food altogether. And he just seduced her, and they made mad passionate love while listening to a string quartet play Lady of My Heart.
You're grip on yourself, Mac. I don't know what Felicia's doing, but I can guarantee you that is not it.
It was Georgie's birthday, and I think that we were kind of emotional.
Oh, I can imagine.
We started to reminisce, and it's like opening up the floodgates. All these memories started just rushing back. You know, those first adventures when we were young and in love. And it was just the two of us against the world.
Oh, God, I remember those days. It was just so much fun, wasn't it, when you were young? I mean, like falling in love for the first time, your heart was beating all the time, going crazy. You didn't know whether you were going to have a heart attack or... And it was just feeling of being alive, you know? And that bond, I always feel that the bond that you make at that time kind of never goes away.
No. I knew you'd agree with me. I dug this out the other day, and I've been carrying it around with me ever since. This is my little secret.
I have no intention of giving away your secret. I'll say nothing to Dante and Lulu.
Thank God.
But if you thought this through, I know you're doing something nice for your friends, and I'm very proud that you're willing to make such a huge sacrifice. But you know you're giving part of yourself away.
Look, I am the one that volunteered to be a surrogate.
But you're not a surrogate anymore. You really willing to give your baby to Dante and Lulu? When you know it's really yours.
I told you that I am not ready to be a mother. And I don't know if I ever will be. It's not like I come from a stable family. I'm not an inherently nurturing person.
Well, I strongly disagree.
Look, and even if I was ready to be a mother, Spinelli and I aren't together. He's with somebody else.
Honey, you and Spinelli don't have to be together to parent this child.
No, Dad. It's more than that, okay? Dante and Lulu, they are so excited about this child. If you could have been there when they saw the sonogram, they believe that this baby is theirs, and I am not going to take that away from them.
But honey, you're not giving Dante and Lulu a family. You're giving them yours. Maxie, this is your baby. This is my grandchild. You're both my flesh and blood.
And since when does that matter?
What do you mean by that?
Dad, you have been surprisingly supportive lately, and I am very grateful, but I mean, you've never really been too concerned about being a father. I have a few memories of you from when I was little, but Georgie only knew you from pictures.
Well, I made some poor choices, but I can't go back and unmake them.
No, Dad, I understand, and I'm not mad at you anymore. You know, I get that even heroic super spy dads have flaws. You didn't leave because you were malicious. You left because you didn't want the life you had signed up for. And that's okay.
I'm trying to make up for lost time.
That's exactly my point. Being a father has never really been your priority, so I want to know why you're really here.
All right, yes. I am here to stop this stupid wedding.
Yeah, well, I knew it.
Okay, you know, I remember, hey, Puerto Rico, those little rum drinks with the umbrellas, we loved them. Metrocourt has the best recipe. Come on, let's just go, please.
That's a good idea, Spencer. Why don't you find a waterfront bar and sauce up? That's what you're good at.
You deserve so much more than this pathological loser, Laura.
Oh, come on. Do you think anybody's really buying your little rant here that I'm dangerous to Laura?
Of course you're dangerous for her, because you're not the right man.
All right. Then who is?
You've nothing to worry about when it comes to Felicia. I've seen the way she looks at you. She's head over heels in love.
That was before Frisco showed up. Duke Frisco was Felicia's first love. I mean, she sees him, brings up all the memories, all the feelings they shared. I can't compete with that.
But don't be so sure. That's all Anna and I have are wonderful, wonderful memories. Look how that turned out for me.
Wow, I remember this day. You and Frisco were so in love. It was an honor to stand up for you.
But I'm with Mac now.
Right.
And we have a history, too. And there were years after Frisco took off to become a full-time agent. Sometimes Mac and I were friends, and sometimes we were lovers. But he was always my rock. The one that I could count on. He never failed me.
Mac's a wonderful man.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. And I thought I finally had it clear in my head when we got married. But I was wrong, because I let him down. And to make matters worse, I left Mac to raise my daughters. I missed out on raising my daughters because I was chasing after Frisco. We always agreed to meet up in one city or another city, and he would never show up. And I got it. I'm not the priority.
Right.
He wants to love me when it's convenient for him.
Yeah.
But he didn't want a life with me.
Do you think he's changed at all?
Well, he says he has.
Right.
But even if it's true, it's too late for us. So why do I keep carrying this picture around with me? Why can't I stop thinking about the way things used to be?
You're asking the wrong person. Really. Join the club.
You know, honey, all those years away, I told myself that it was for the greater good, that I was serving my country, and that I'd be able to make up the time I lost with you and your sister. But what I really didn't realize is that once time is gone, gone. For everyone, and it really doesn't matter if you're alive or dead.
I really wish you could have known Georgie. She was so smart. And I don't mean that she got straight A's, which she always did. But she was really smart about people. She gave great advice. She was kind and forgiving. No matter how badly I would screw up, my little sister would always be on my side. And I miss that. I miss her. You would think after all these years that I would be used to it, but I still can't really believe she's gone.
As it was our first date, I wanted it to be romantic. I wanted to recapture the magic.
So we arrive at the Metro Court.
I promptly ordered a bottle of wine. I thought it was the correct vintage. I hoped it was.
85 Cabernet. It's my favorite.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
Yeah, it was lovely. Until it wasn't.
What happened?
Oh, so we had our expensive meal, and then the waiter brought the check, and Duke paid with cash.
Very quickly, the waiter returned with the check and told me that the bills were counterfeit.
How did you end up with funny money?
Well, suffice to say, when you do business with Tracy Quarterman, it's a very good idea to keep your eye on your back.
Noted. But I gotta be honest with you. This doesn't sound too bad.
Really? Which part? The fact that I've been paying for everything with forged money? Or the fact that Anna had to pay for the bill with her own credit card?
So the evening didn't go perfectly. It doesn't mean you can't get Anna back.
It's over? Why?
Because the mere fact that Duke was in a position to take counterfeit money from Tracy, that points to a larger problem.
Which is what?
Which is that he always cuts corners to get what he wants. And even if that means being on the wrong side of the law, so be it. You know, which... that's a serious complication, considering that I am the law.
Yeah.
How are we supposed to be together if we're on opposite sides?
Once we had Faison's ridiculous masquerade behind us, nothing was going to get in our way. I was wrong. You know, I think maybe what Anna and I had was just too long ago.
As much as I loved Duke, our relationship is 20 years in the past. Is it even practical to try to rekindle it?
I'm in the same boat. As much as I cherish my memories with Frisco and that first love, we're just not the same. It's over between us.
Talking about losing your family, I think I understand what that means.
I want another chance with you, Maxie. And your mom.
Mom?
I love your mom. I want her back.
You're serious?
Honey, I know your mom and I have had our problems, but, feelings like that are very real. And I want to know if we can get back what we had.
And you think that you could just come back here and expect her to try again?
Yeah, I understand why you'd be skeptical. We did have dinner the other night.
And?
Well, she sort of made a show of letting me know she wants me to leave town.
Oh, Dad. Oh, I don't think that was a show. I think she wants you to leave town.
Honey, please. Now I know your mom and I have had sort of a weird life together, but the feelings we have are very real.
No, this is not fair, okay? Mom is with Mac. And after all the times she screwed up and hurt him, he forgave her, and they worked things out, and they're happy.
I think she'd be happier with me.
I love Mac, and I do not want to see him get hurt.
And I will always be grateful to Mac for taking care of my girls, but that doesn't mean that he's right for your mother.
I understand how you could feel that way, but I'm not sure that I do.
Well, unfortunately, honey, in situations like this, someone usually gets hurt.
I think I deserve an answer. If Scotty's not the right man for me, who is?
I don't know, Laura. I just know it isn't this. Hang on. Oh, it's Lulu. Probably calling to say she's not going to make the wedding because she doesn't want you to marry him either. Hey, Cupcake.
Luke. Luke, it's Dante. Lulu's missing.
Anna has a rather colorful background. You know, everything from fencing stolen jewels to being a double agent. I'm sure that gives her a certain empathy towards other people's transgressions. She did marry you.
What are you saying?
I'm saying her line about being on opposite sides of the law was an excuse.
For what?
So she can hide from her true feelings.
Anna doesn't hide from anything. She's not afraid of anything. She's one of the bravest people I've ever known.
You'd be surprised what scares people. Like facing what's inside her own heart. But anyway, you know, you can still get Anna back. Don't give up on her yet.
Well, don't you give up. I can assure you, these are real. I have no doubt. Hello, Felicia.
Hello, Duke.
See you.
Good night. Wasn't sure I'd see you tonight. Seemed like maybe you were busy.
Well, I got your message, and you're absolutely right. We do need to talk about Frisco. The friend that I met for dinner the other night. It was him.
I sort of figured that out.
It's not what you think. The only reason why I agreed to meet with Frisco is because I wanted to ask him to leave town. I think it's the best choice for all of us.
So I was right. Frisco wants you back.
Yes, he does.
How do you feel about that?
Just listen, I want to apologize. I'm sorry I dumped that stuff about your mother on you.
It's okay.
No, it's really not. You've got plenty on your plate right now. I sometimes just can't help the way I feel.
Dad, I get it, okay? We can't help who we love. But we also can't expect them to want us back after we've hurt them repeatedly.
Right. Well, honey, I guess I just feel a little bit differently. I kind of believe that when two people love each other, and I think your mother still loves me, you don't let that go. You fight for it. Thanks for the chat. I love you.
I love you too. Thanks for the pizza.
No, I'm on my way.
What happened?
Lulu's missing.
What do you mean she's missing?
That was Dante. When he got back to the apartment, she was unconscious on the floor.
Oh, my God.
Before he could call 911, he got clocked. When he came to, she was gone.
What, does he think that somebody knocked her out too?
He doesn't know. He didn't see any evidence that she was hurt, but he thinks whatever it is, it had to do with that bear.
You mean the one that Bobby sent?
No, that's the thing. Bobby didn't send that bear. Dante found another package at the door. That's the one that Barbara Jean sent.
So we have no idea who sent the other one?
All we know is that whoever sent it not only knew that she has an Aunt Bobby, they also knew what kind of package she had sent. Now, I wonder who could have had that kind of information.
Oh, come on, Spencer. Your daughter's missing. Nobody's got time for your stupidity.
Scotty's right. Look, we should just get right over to Lulu's house now.
Let's go.
Laura, here, I'll be with you. You stay out of this!
If I find out that you had anything to do with my daughter being missing, you are a dead man. Come on. Come on.
Scotty, you all right?
Yeah.
What have we got?
Look, Lulu's been missing about I don't know, 10, 15 minutes max.
Okay, start dusting for prints and fighters. You need to be sitting down.
No, I'm fine, okay?
All right, so tell me, what happened? What? You came here and Lulu was unconscious?
It was this bear, all right?
What do you mean? The bear?
We thought it was a gift from her Aunt Bobby.
God. All right, hold on. Guys, Reynolds, I need this bear dusted and put in a bag.
Got it, Commissioner.
Sit down. Sit down. I need you to take me through step by step. I don't want to miss any details that could be crucial, okay? So just calm down and tell me what happened.
We just had a little gathering this afternoon for the baby sonogram picture.
All right, who was here?
Well, me and Lulu.
Yeah.
And her parents and my mom.
Okay.
And she went down to the car to get something. And she came back and she brought that package with her. And she said it was just sitting by the door with addressed to Lulu.
Did anyone see it be delivered or anything?
No one saw anything, no one heard anything, no doorbell, it was just left there. My mom heard it ticking, and Luke thought it was a bomb.
Oh, come on. No, well, it wasn't.
Well, no. Lulu got a call from her Aunt Bobby, and she said, "Did you get the gift?" And she said, "Yeah," and she said it was a bear with a clock in it.
Oh, I see. So this bear? No.
No. That's the gift from Bobby. I didn't open it. It was on the doorstep when I got in, but I'm guessing it is a bear with a clock in it.
Okay, I got it. All right, so this toy's a plant.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's booby trapped because when I came in, Lulu was lying on the floor unconscious, and that was next to her.
All right. So did you see anything else?
Nothing. Nothing. I mean, I was so distracted by Lulu on the floor. I completely missed this guy coming in and clocking me over the head.
Well, you were worried about your wife. Come on.
It doesn't matter. Come on. I should have been smarter than that. This isn't the first weird gift that she's been given.
Okay, well, you'd spoken to Bobby.
If I didn't leave her here with this stupid bear, she would be here right now.
10 minutes. Must be a new record.
I kind of believe that when two people love each other, and I think your mother still loves me, you don't let that go. You fight for it.
Hey, you guys want a slice?
No, thank you. It's been a long day. I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay. Spinelli, is everything okay?
Everything's fine. Or will be.
You said Frisco wants you back. I'm assuming you told him something.
Frisco.
Speak of the devil.
Sorry, am I interrupting?
No, actually, I'm glad you're here.
Why is that, Mac?
So I can do this.
Oh my God! Are you all right? What the hell are you thinking?
I'm sending something over to the lab, and I think it could be a crucial piece of evidence, so I want you to run tests on it first. All right? Yeah. I need the results ASAP.
Hi, we're in luck.
Luck?
Oh, well, I mean, the all-night coffee vendor was still open, and so I got you your favorite Doc. And
Thank you.
Hey, pal, I got you your caramel macchiato with 2 squirts of chocolate. Here you go.
Thank you.
How you doing?
This is not how I saw this day ending.
I know. It's not how I pictured it either. I thought this was going to be the spontaneous, romantic wedding, you know, it would go down in the history books.
Well, it still can. The bride's ex-husband shows up and accuses the groom of kidnapping the daughter. That sounds like the 6 o'clock news to me.
Look, Luke is just really worried about Lulu, and he's not thinking clearly. No one, absolutely nobody, thinks you had anything to do with Lulu's disappearance. Right, Doc? Nobody, right?
Well, I don't know, Lucy. Do we?
I need a 3-block perimeter around the building. Teams going door to door. All right, we need to turn up a witness.
Hey, be careful with that.
Oh, don't worry. We won't let it out of our sight.
Do you know any more about who took her?
No, she was unconscious when I found her. They wanted to make sure she couldn't fight back.
Gosh, and neither could you, judging from that bump on your head.
They just wanted me immobilized as Lulu. They wanted.
Oh, my God. Oh, God, please don't let anything happen to our little girl.